Now that we've learned about functions, let's create one. Go to Visual Studio Code, and we're going to be using, in this example, a joke. This example can't be used in the homework assignment. Click File, New Text File, Control S, and save this as joke.py to the desktop, and press Save. Next, let's make a couple of comments to help us organize this code. Function definition will go here. The function will be get, yes, or no. And the parameter will be message. Okay? So the function definition assigns the message, which is the input the user types, to the function get, yes, or no. And additionally, this function contains a while loop. So function definition contains a while loop. Okay, and we'll get to that in the next comment. While loop goes here. Okay, in the same way, function definition goes here. Right? And now this while loop, which we're going to put in line 9, make sure the message is replied to by a response if the input is not valid. Okay? So, if the valid input is false, meaning, oops, I didn't mean to open a new search there. Let's just go ahead and close this. Here we go. So if the valid input is false, meaning if the user types something other than y or n, so y for yes or n for no, this function definition either, and we're going to word wrap this. So view, word wrap. This function definition either, and let me see, where was I? Either corrects the lowercase y or n to an uppercase one, or tells the user to enter a y or n if they haven't. Okay? And now the while loop was already typed, so response variable goes here. The variable response is defined by the function get, yes, or no. So this variable response will treat the answer according to the function definition, which is defined at the top. Okay. The parameters to this function contain the question of the joke in addition to the options. Right? So else, or should we say if-else statement goes here. Right? And the last component is the if-else statement. This is an if-else statement. If the response is y, or if the response is corrected to y, right? Because if they type a lowercase y, it will be corrected to y. Then the joke is not told. After all, who wants to hear a joke they've already heard before? But if the user has not heard the joke before, the joke is relayed or presented and laughs are present. Hopefully. Right? So if response, and actually let's put it up top like we said we would. If the response is the same as y, and response is going to be yellow because we haven't defined it yet, print OIC. I will show myself to the door now. Else, print he got a very light sentence. Right? So that doesn't make any sense right now, but it'll make sense once we define the joke. Let's go to the variable response, which goes right here. We're going to make a variable called response, and now this lights up, and we're going to assign it to the value get yes or no, okay, which is that function that we will define earlier. Did you hear about the criminal who stole a lamp? Yes or no? Okay, and leave some space for the user to answer. The function get yes or no is not found, but we will create that soon. Now for the while loop, we can enter that here. While not valid input. Okay. Answer is the answer upper. Right? If you said lowercase y, let's make that into an uppercase y. If the answer is the same as uppercase y, or if the answer is the same as uppercase N, valid input is true. It is valid input, and that's our Boolean true. Else, answer is input. Please enter y for yes, or N for no. Let your y be yes and your N be no. Okay, we end single quote there. We concatenate it with the message, and the message does not have a definition yet, but we will fix that to be assigned to something shortly. And now let's return the answer. All right, last but not least, let's enter our function, which starts with def. Get yes or no is the function. And we put message right over here in the parameter. Put a colon. Valid input is false. New line, answer is input message. Okay? Right, so ask the user a question. If the user gets it wrong, the user has to answer again. Right? Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. Valid input, answer dot upper. Let's see how this runs. Okay, so we have an error in line 20. Return is outside of the function. Oh, that's right. Return has to be aligned with while. Let's run this again. Oh, still not right. Oh, you know what? Put 4 spaces here. Line 14, put 4 spaces here. Line 15, put 4 spaces here. Line 16, put 4 spaces here. In line 17, put 4 spaces here. In line 18, put 4 spaces here. Line 19, put 4 spaces here. Line 20. The reason why is return has to be within inside the function. I was thinking within inside the while loop, but no, it's within inside the function as the terminal states. Let's run this. Did you hear about the criminal? See, now everything's lighting up because it has to be within the function. See how everything is aligned? Line 4 and 5 is aligned with line 14, aligned with line 20 when the while loop ends. That's good. It's all aligned. Did you hear about the criminal who stole a lamp? Yes or no? Lowercase y. Let's try it out. Oh, I see. I'll show myself to the door now. After all, who wants to hear the same joke over and over? Did you hear about the criminal who stole a lamp? Well, I'll try uppercase N this time. He got a very light sentence. Alright, so you can't use this joke or this program. You can't copy most of the program and just change one thing up. I want you to create a totally different program. Okay? And for this program, I want you to create a short or small program using the Python capabilities listed in Brightspace. So you need 1 or 2 inputs, but no more than 2. 3 or more variables, a while loop using a conditional statement, an if statement, 1 or 2 functions, but no more than 2, and explain what your program is doing using comments, like this example right here. Upload your file as custom program.txt. Save it as, so file save it as custom program.txt. I'll see you in the next video.